guys, so we are in Washington State. I can't believe it. This is as far as I've ever rode a motorcycle. So Tennessee to Kentucky, Kentucky to Illinois, Illinois to Missouri, Missouri to Kansas, Kansas to Colorado, Colorado to Wyoming, Wyoming to Utah, Utah to Nevada, Nevada to California, California to Oregon, and Oregon to Washington State. At this point in our trip, we are 4,258 miles in. When I left, I might have had 1,300 miles on this Road Glide. The upgrades that I made, far as having the pegs for her in the back and the softer seat, the extra storage, King Tour Pack, the extended bags, that was a great addition to this bike. You need more storage when you're traveling two up. I tell you what I've learned on this trip so far. I've learned that you can live on less, not being so complicated on what to wear. Like if you watch the video, you see that I'm bouncing between like 3 different shirts. There was a point when we was packing at the house, I said, I'd rather wash every 4 days and go and just figure it out instead of not go because you can't pack all your stuff. I managed to get my camera equipment, my laptop. She got 4 days worth of clothes. Actually, we had 4 days packed, so we had 5 days worth of clothes, 2 pants, 4 shirts, and I do have 2 shoes, and she has 1 pair of shoes. And we was going to buy her some more on the way. You can't find my shoes size 15 just anywhere. That's why if my shoes got wet, then I could put my other shoes on. But thank God we haven't dealt with that yet because we've been putting our rain gear on. Okay, so now we only have 113 miles to Seattle, Washington. That is the end point for us. We was going to go on over to Canada, but Canada is a little bit further away, so we're not going to go to Canada this trip. That might be Road Glide to Canada part 2. We might try to get that trip in late summer, early fall. We'll see. But right now we're enjoying this trip. We're not far from Interstate 5. We came all the way up 4. At one time, I think it had me turning on the 423, but then it rerouted me. We're going to go on Interstate 5 north up to Seattle. The hotel has 26 floors. We're staying on the 19th floor. Had to park my motorcycle in the parking garage. There's valet parking, but you have to park it yourself. It's on a hill, on a curve, but I did the best I can. I think it's good. So we're checked in. It has a view, but nothing special, just some buildings. We're on the 19th floor though, but I'll show you anyway. Check this out. There's some little e-bikes down there. So if we wanted to ride to the Space Needle, you see them way down there. If we wanted to ride to the Space Needle, I guess we could just take the e-bikes.
I'm assuming the fish market's probably straight down too.
We're in the middle of Seattle. We're still walking to the fish market. I think they're closed, but we're going anyway. So we made it down to Pier 55. We'll find something to eat. I see a sign that says best hot dogs in town. Well, she's gonna eat some seafood. First of all, it's not the fish market, it's the public market, which is their farmers market. So we got on the scooters and we're riding around trying to find it, but we kept getting lost. But then I used Google's new walking turn-by-turn navigation system and it worked out pretty good. Following the navigation now. If you haven't used the new walking navigation, the way it shows you how to turn, see this? Has the directions overlaid right on the screen. All right guys, so it's the next day. We're on our way to the public market center. And also, this is where the first Starbucks was, somewhere around here. I don't know if Tanya's gonna get some coffee this morning or whatever. That's where we headed to. So that is the original Starbucks right here. The first Starbucks ever. Right here's the logo. See that there? There. Inside. Look at the line way down there for the first Starbucks ever. So that's where it all started. First place it started where people start paying $8 a cup of coffee.
Bakery.
Yeah, and that's a line for that bakery too. Must be pretty good. Smells good. We're leaving the hotel. We're on our way to see the Space Needle. It's going to be a long ride for us today. A long, easy ride though. I don't think it's going to be a hard ride by any means. And the good thing is we'll get out of Seattle before it's bumper to bumper traffic. Oh man, my windshield is dirty. Hey, there it is. Space Needle. Look at that, guys. You can see it right there. Seattle Space Needle. I think the reason why they did this is because of the World's Fair years ago. That's where this came from. We made it all the way to the Seattle Space Needle. Riding this bike a long ways.